I heard a concept from the art world recently, and I think it can help us make quick decluttering progress in our homes. And it's a strategy that I've never shared before. It goes like this. Great sculptors don't start by thinking about what they have to chisel away. They don't focus on what doesn't belong. Instead, they look for the beauty that has to stay. When asked about his sculpting process, Michelangelo said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free." And what if we looked at decluttering in this same way? Today, I'll show you how this simple mindset shift can exponentially speed up your decluttering progress. And we're gonna apply it to 3 main areas of your home. So together, we can really get some quick wins today, if you're up for it. Okay, so first things first, what does this look like in your own home? What is the beauty that we're uncovering? For me, it's a peaceful space that only holds what I value and use. It's also important to me that it's a space where my family can relax, rest, recharge. I really want our home to be a safe haven from the crazy, wild, overstimulating world that we live in. I mean, we know, like, our world is very chaotic and busy, and we can do it. We're strong, we're resilient, right? We can do hard things. However, we need a safe place to come home to where we can rest, reset, recharge, rejuvenate. And so I would love to know the same thing for you. What is your hope for your home? What would you like for it to be? But why does it matter? Because decluttering isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about creating something intentional. A sculptor doesn't just chip away aimlessly. They have a vision. We want to do the same. I believe that beneath the clutter, there's a home that reflects what truly matters to us. So why don't we head into the kitchen? All right, so we're gonna start here in the kitchen. We're actually gonna work on this shelf here together. And again, instead of holding up an item and saying, should I keep it? Should I let it go? When was the last time I used it? Do other people in my house use it? We're switching it, right? Instead, we're gonna think like a sculptor. We're gonna say, what things do I want to stay? What things do I enjoy using? What things do my family enjoy? If I had guests, what would they enjoy? If someone was coming into my home to stay, what would I want them to see? So we're changing the questions. Okay, so for me personally, this shelf feels too busy to me, and there's just too many things on it. Like, I don't believe anyone would need this many mugs and glasses, and even the coffee stuff I think would look better if it were contained. So again, we're thinking like a sculptor. Which things do we want to stay? So if I'm gonna have coffee in the morning, what do I need and what do I want to drink out of? So you've heard me talk about my glass mugs before. It's just very enjoyable to drink from. I don't know why, but whatever. But you have your favorites too, right? So what I think, again, if we have kind of a set amount here that we're gonna work on, I love the idea of pulling everything off and only putting back our favorites. So we take all of the coffee mugs down, and as I'm doing this, I kind of like to categorize them too. So we have these, like, you know, kind of like artsy whatever. They're cute. They're not the most enjoyable to drink from. They're heavy, and what you'll notice too with stuff like this is the weight. This one's really heavy. The weight isn't right. It's not like balanced right when you go to drink from it. So while they might be cool to kind of like display or have out, to actually drink from these is not enjoyable. And so I'm gonna group all of these together as I'm pulling them down, because I don't know that they're gonna make the cup. And then we have a couple like mugs from a local coffee shop. These are kind of more like a soup mug, which might be nice at times, you know, but we'll see if, you know, as we want to create this like nice, really aesthetically pleasing spot here, if they'll make the cut. So we have more of these kind of like, I don't know, what are they called? Pottery mugs, kind of. I mean, again, cute, but not the most enjoyable to drink from. All right, and then we just have a random bowl, which again, cute, but this doesn't look like something that ever gets used. We'll move over to the other shelf too, where they have more of like the dishes and everything. Oh, again, super cute, you know? Maybe it was a gift, maybe someone gave it to you, whatever, cute, but not enjoyable to drink from necessarily. And then over here, we have all of the like drinking glasses, which is nice, but there's just a lot of them, and I don't feel like we need that many. And then we have some stemless wine glasses, tall glasses. I think for those, I'm gonna leave them on just because I don't want to break them. But I don't think we need as many. I think we could leave like 4 out of each for drinking and then have extras in a cabinet. Again, if we're gonna have company over, it is sometimes nice to have extras, but we don't have to keep them out with everything else. And then of the drinking glasses, like again, cute, but a little visually busy. So I'm gonna pull that one down and just leave 4 matching glasses. Now, of course, it depends on how many people are in your household too, like how many you decide to leave out, right? We had 1 place setting per person and then a couple extras, and that seemed to work really well. Both for our cabinets to function well, but also people can't keep grabbing extra dishes and pulling them out, so then you have tons and tons of dirty dishes at the end of the night. Okay, so we have 4 of those, 4 of those. Now here we have, okay, so, oh, I thought that was a pour over. I thought this was a pour over coffee thing. It's not, just more kind of cutesy random dishes. I don't know if these are gonna make the cut. And yet, 1 more. Okay, now, if this was your grandma's artifact from coming over from Europe in the 1800s, and you're like, it makes me happy, I want to display it and whatever, that's great. Then let's make it prominent. Let's, you know, by simplifying and having this on, not having so, I mean, we couldn't even see that before, right? Then if you really like it, you want to display it, it makes you happy, there's good memories, then that's fine. But let's make it like prominent then, and not just, you know, in with the rest of all the other stuff. And one thing every sculptor skillfully declutters is their old worn out mattress. And right now is the perfect time to do so. Today's video is sponsored by Helix, and right now they have their Memorial Day exclusive partner offer where you're gonna save 27% off site-wide and get a free bedding bundle with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. Plus, you're gonna wanna check out their new line of Helix mattress toppers. Maybe you have a friend or family member who doesn't have a Helix mattress, but you wanna upgrade their sleep. So they have the dual comfort, and this is really great for couples with different sleep preferences. They also have the Align, which is meant for those with lower back pain looking for more support under their midsection. And then the Premium mattress topper, which is a great option for sleepers who are looking for added pressure relief at their hips and shoulders. We were able to get a premium memory foam mattress topper for Adeline's mattress. Her mattress was not great. And you can choose the firmness, so she selected firm. And wow, talk about a simple change that made a huge difference in her sleep quality, and it took less than 5 minutes to set up. And I've been sleeping on my Helix mattress for almost 4 years now, and I completely understand why it's the most awarded mattress out there, and I strongly recommend it for you too. And here's what I love about it. Helix makes it so easy to get matched with your perfect mattress so that you can get a really great night's sleep too. You just go online, spend a few minutes taking their sleep quiz, and if you sleep with a partner, you have them take it too. So they just ask you a handful of questions like, what position do you normally sleep in? So I'm a side and stomach sleeper. What firmness do you prefer? So I like my mattress just a little more on the firm side. Do you ever wake up with back pain? Or do you ever get a little overheated while you're sleeping? Okay, so you took the quiz and you got matched with your perfect mattress. For me, it's the Helix Dusk. Mattresses come conveniently rolled up in a box and shipped right to your door. Free shipping in the US, and you get a 100-night sleep trial to test out your mattress and make sure it's just the right fit for you. Beyond that, they have a 10-year warranty, and you'll appreciate that Helix mattresses are fiberglass free and assembled in their factory in Arizona. And financing options are available too. So right now, save 27% site-wide with Helix's Memorial Day partner offer and get a free bedding bundle with any Elite or Luxe mattress order. Okay, so now you're gonna be well rested. Let's get back to decluttering. All right, and then we have all of our coffee stuff here. So we have the grinder, some ground coffee, some tea, the filters, all of this. Isn't that just kind of visually like, ugh, not great to look at? It feels a little busy or messy. Now, great location because the coffee maker's right here. I love that, that's perfect. But I would prefer that it were somehow contained. And so what if we grab this basket here? There's nothing in it. And what if we use this as our container for all of the coffee stuff? I think visually that is gonna feel a lot better. I probably even wouldn't have a yellow container for the beans. I would probably prefer to just have something like white, but that feels a little better, right? And it was just empty up there, so. Okay, and then what coffee mugs do we want to have and do we enjoy drinking from? So again, you know, these would be hands down my favorite. Oh, I also forgot this little set on here. I have no idea what this is for. Do you know what this is for? It's cute. It was $24.99. I don't know, chive.com. I want to pull it down because I don't know if it's a favorite that's actually gonna make the cut or not. I'm not against having some decor things on here, but I just want to be very intentional about them. Also, there's this on here, which is I think it's a melter thing, right? Oh no, it's just a light. Oh, I thought it was like a wax melter or whatever. I don't like the cord coming down and how messy that looks. So I'm gonna set this aside for now too. Okay, so we have our coffee stuff on here that we wanna keep. We have our glasses and that, and now we're putting back our coffee cups. I think we can put the soup mugs back up too. I think those will fit easily, assuming you use them and you like to have them. We would make mug cakes in this all day long. All right, and then a glass mug. And then if I were to pick out a few, like again, if I want to have 4 coffee mugs, I wouldn't choose any of these like pottery ones, but I don't think they have any other coffee mugs here. So I'm gonna go with it for now and just pick out the ones that I think would be the most enjoyable to drink from. All right, so I have drinking glasses, wine glasses, mugs, like soup mugs or for anything else you might want to warm up. And then I do think we could have room for some kind of like decor down there. I'm almost feeling like I want some greens or like a plant over there. All right, hang on one sec. I think this guy's cute. We could even, again, if we felt like this thing was like super special, we could like do something like that. Or I thought this was kind of cute too. It kind of goes with the basket. So put him over here. All right. Doesn't that just feel nice? Let's tackle the top real quick and then we'll move on to another area of the house. Okay, so here we have a bunch of like birthday stuff, which is fine, right? Might be nice for someone who's visiting. But again, oops, it needs to be contained. Like our brain wants it to have some kind of container because this feels messy and chaotic. And our brain loves categories. It loves when everything is grouped together, like putting all the coffee and tea stuff in here, putting all of the birthday stuff in here. So we can still store it all here, but that is visually much nicer to look at. This single candle is also kind of throwing me off, like, because usually you do groupings of 3 and whatnot, and the color too. So I'm just gonna take that down. We can put this back up here. And then even this whole little setting here, I don't mind the plants. Okay, we have a little pottery thing. I think the books though, storing books in the kitchen, not necessarily the best idea. So I think, you know, and they're like artists, Monet, Van Gogh, Matisse, I think these would be better like coffee table books than in the kitchen. Again, I get it. I think we were trying to go for kind of a styling here, but oh man, they're heavy. All the other like baking dishes are over there. So I think it'd be good to keep those all together. Again, our brain really likes when like stuff is grouped with like stuff. But there was this white picture over there that I think could look good over here. So we have our little like terrarium thing. Oh, and an outlet. Okay. I get why that was there now. It was covering it up. Okay, got it. Roger that. We all have things like that in our home sometimes. All right, so we can put that there. And then, there. Oh, I like that. It kind of balances the basket there. Okay, so here's where we're at. And again, I was going by functionality, but also the beauty that I wanted to stay, the things that we would enjoy using the most. We're removing all of this stuff from there, but it doesn't actually change the function. If anything, it's easier now to get to the things that you like and enjoy using. And when you're doing dishes or putting them back away, it would be much easier to put stuff back now, to know where it goes, to get to the stuff that you use, and also to wipe these shelves down. I mean, that's one of the downfalls of open shelving, right? Is that then you have to dust it. But now with so much less inventory on here, it would be much easier to maintain these shelves as well. All right, I kind of wanted to tackle the other ones, but I think we need to move on to another area of our home. Oh, and don't forget, if you're feeling a little bit torn about just like donating and decluttering these things, that's where we can always use our time will tell bin. So grab an old empty Rubbermaid tote, Amazon box, anything like that, mark it time will tell, put the stuff in, and then just see if you miss it or not. If you do, you can always go grab it back out of the bin, but chances are in 1, 3, 6 months, you'll have forgotten about this. You won't have missed it. And then at that time, you'll be ready to donate it. Okay, now if I were a betting gal, I would say the number one reason your bathroom feels cluttered is not because of lack of space. It's because of guilt. Guilt over money we've spent on products that we are not using. Hair products, skin products, nail products, all the products, right? And so I want to show you 2 containers that can radically change your entire bathroom. And again, we want to use this favorites first approach. We want to promote and highlight the things that we're actually using. Find the beauty, right? Like the sculptor. So we want to pull out the things we use every day, and then we want a safe way to time test and declutter the other stuff. So let me show you what these are. Okay, so the 2 containers are a get ready bin and a bathroom time will tell bin. So the time will tell bin, this is actually like a file folder container from Target. I don't know, but I was literally just talking to my sister yesterday, and we've been now we're over 40. We've been talking a lot about skincare and all the things, right? And so her youngest is a year now, and she said whenever she gets ready, he starts pulling stuff out of the cabinets and drawers, and she's like, I'm realizing how much stuff I have that I'm not using. She's like, but I feel guilty about letting it go right now. And so I said, you have to have a bathroom time will tell bin. So basically, I would look at everything and say it has to go into one of these 2 bins, or the garbage too. I'm fine with that. But things that you use to get ready every morning go into your get ready bin. And that can take a lot of different forms or shape. I actually really like the all-purpose bins from the Container Store. And then, or it needs to go into your time will tell or your garbage, right? But this is a really fast way to get through everything. So open your drawers and your cabinets, and let's pull out the stuff that we use every single day to get ready. So put that stuff in, make sure it's easy to get to, put makeup bag in, skincare stuff, hairbrush, all the things that you use to get ready every day. And especially if you have a small bathroom, this is so nice because you can keep it under the cabinet. You could put it on your shelf here above the toilet, wherever it's easy to get to. But this is our get ready bin. So everything we use every day is in here. And then all of the other stuff that we spent money on and we're just not sure about, and I don't know if I'm gonna miss it or not, that we put into here. And it's safe, and we can time test it, see if we miss it. It's a nice size that fits under your vanity, so you can just tuck it under there or in an adjacent linen closet or something like that. And I didn't have to make any hard decisions right now. And I didn't even actually have to feel very guilty about the stuff that I've gotten and spent money on. So these 2 containers make it so that you can declutter your bathroom very quickly. I've shared this in my membership group, but oh my goodness, it was like a couple of years ago. I saw the commercials for Loom. I signed up for the subscription because it's cheaper. And I kept forgetting to cancel it. So we got like a dozen of these, and ultimately no one in our house actually really liked it. Actually, this one's not so bad because it's the solid, but the subscription was for the original ones that were more the liquidy that you turn up and it squeezes through. We didn't really like it, but we ended up with so many of them, and I felt bad because we spent money on it. And I'm like, I don't know. I'll sometimes use up stuff just because I spent money on it. I also didn't really like the smell of it. So we put them all in here, and then I time tested it. No one was going back for it. And so over time in our membership group, as we made additional passes through the bathroom, I just started letting it go. But it wasn't as painful because I'd collected data. I knew I wasn't using it anymore. No one in our house actually wanted it. And so it made it much easier to let it go. So being able to time test things gives us the data we need to more easily let it go in the future. Okay, so next let's talk about curating a closet that you feel really good about. That makes it so easy to get dressed in the morning. I love how Peter Walsh puts it. He says, decluttering is infinitely easier when you think of it as deciding what to keep rather than deciding what to throw away. And that's exactly what we want to do with our clothing. So what we're going to do is make our bed and then do the favorites first approach. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do a favorites first approach, and we're going to build out our wardrobe, our wardrobe of clothes that fit and we feel good in on our bed. Because, so many of us, we have tons of clothes and nothing to wear. And I think it's because we've really settled for a lot of mediocre pieces. And so we have all of these clothes that kind of fit, maybe fit when we're at our slimmest, they fit. And the goal is really to create a closet where you can just walk up to it and get dressed. That's definitely what I've done. Even though I have a very small wardrobe right now, I know everything fits and that I feel good in it. And so we're gonna pull out our favorites and we're gonna put them on the bed. So like right now, this is like my go-to uniform t-shirt. It's just at Amazon Basics. I have 2 of them. And so these for sure would make the cut and I would put it on the bed. Now you might ask like, how many numbers of each, right? And so if you're really up for a great challenge, I encourage you to do Project 333. That was developed by Courtney from Be More With Less. And she encourages you to have 33 items, and that includes shoes and accessories and everything. But you do you. I think to start out with, using the numbers 5 and 3 can be great. So 5 tops. So I was just putting out my current like go-to tops right now. So 5 for top categories and 3 for pants. So I would pick out my favorite 3 pairs of jeans, favorite 3 pairs of leggings. These would be my dressier tops. And then I have my more just like casual around the house tops. So I put those out. So again, for tops, we were saying 5 of each. For pants, 3 of each. This is a workout top. So how many of those do you need? You know, 5, I wouldn't even need 5 of those right now. And so we just go ahead and start building out our wardrobe on our bed. But here's the thing. You're only allowed to put things on here that fit and that you feel good in, that fit your today body, not your someday fantasy self body. We only put things on the bed that fit right now, because most of us are spending way too much time getting dressed in the morning. We have all these clothes and we only wear 10% of them. And so let's pull out the things that fit, that we feel good in. And then the rest, again, grab a time will tell bin, put it in, set it aside, and see if you miss any of it. And I know what you might be thinking. Hey, Dawn, if I only put things that fit and I feel good in, I wouldn't even have enough to create a wardrobe. But that's okay. We need to know that. That's important data for us to have, because here's what happens now. So let's say you go to pull out jeans and you're like, I actually only have 1 pair of jeans right now that fit. That's important information to have. So now you can decide, do you need to get another pair or 2 of jeans? Do you need another dressier top or a casual top? Most of us actually have too much dressy stuff and not enough more just casual, like around the house stuff. But you're gonna see the gaps in your wardrobe. And now when you go shopping for those items, you have a very specific list that you are gonna fill in so you have a complete wardrobe, instead of doing that thing like most of us do, especially as we switch seasons, is just randomly going in and grabbing stuff that we think looks cute or whatever, right? So we're gonna go in, we're gonna look for 1 pair of jeans and 2 more tops. And when you do that, you're gonna be pickier about it. You know, we have often said, like, when you go shopping, if it's not a clear yes, it's a no. And you're not gonna settle for mediocre stuff, because again, you have way too much of that already. Now, maybe your weight fluctuates. Maybe you're hoping to lose weight. That's awesome. Throw that stuff in the time will tell bin, and when the time comes and you're ready for it, you can pull it right back out again. I mean, if there's clear donations or garbage clothes, like just get rid of those. But everything else goes into a bin and we don't have to stress about it. But in the meantime, we get to enjoy a wardrobe where it's so easy to get dressed and everything fits and we feel good in it. And so again, my hope is that this makes decluttering so much easier for you. Instead of asking, what should I get rid of? And when was the last time I used this? And will I use it again in the future? We can say, what do I love? What do I use every day? Remember, most of us only use 10 to 20% of the things of our home, and the rest of it is clutter. If you're not using something, enjoying it, loving it, if it's not making your life better, it's clutter and it's time for it to go. We don't have time for any of that stuff. So we've learned how to think like sculptors, promote the beauty, and the rest of it just does not matter. And if you haven't done so already, I hope you subscribe so that we can spend more time together. I would love to help you get your house fully decluttered and simplified. It is one of the best things that we ever did. I love you. I hope you have a really good day, and I'll see you again soon.